The sun bled through the trees. Golden light painted the orchard. It was a crisp autumn morning. The air hung heavy with the scent of ripe apples. Rows upon rows of trees stood at attention. Their branches bowed low with the weight of the fruit. A symphony of colors, red and gold, dotted the landscape. It was a scene of quiet beauty, a testament to generations of care and love. But on this day, something was different. A shadow lurked beneath the surface of this idyllic scene. A sense of unease hung in the air, as tangible as the morning mist. The silence was broken, not by the chirping of birds or the rustling of leaves, but by a heavy thud. An apple torn from its branch lay on the ground. It wasn't alone. More fallen fruit littered the base of the tree. Someone had been here. Someone had taken what wasn't theirs. John emerged from his farmhouse. His weathered face, etched with the passage of time, softened as he gazed upon the orchard. 60 years he'd lived and breathed this land. His father had taught him to prune and care for each tree. His grandfather before him had planted the very first sapling. This wasn't just an orchard, it was his legacy. Each apple held within it the stories of his family, the laughter of children playing beneath the boughs, the quiet moments of reflection as the seasons changed, the sweat and toil that had gone into nurturing life from the earth. He ran a calloused hand along the trunk of his oldest tree. It stood in the heart of the orchard, a gnarled sentinel watching over the years. This tree had seen it all. He felt a pang of unease. The orchard was changing. The air itself felt different. John bent down, picking up a fallen apple. It was bruised, the flesh punctured where it had been ripped from the branch. Anger, hot and sudden, welled up inside him. This was more than just a theft, it was a violation. John surveyed his orchard, his heart sinking with each step. It wasn't just a few apples this time. Entire branches had been stripped bare. He ran his hand over the empty boughs, feeling a deep sense of loss. This was a personal attack. He thought back to the stories his grandfather used to tell. Tales of mythical creatures that guarded the orchard, of mischievous spirits that would play tricks on those who dared to steal its bounty. Back then they were just stories. Now John wasn't so sure. The theft had shaken him. His haven, his sanctuary, no longer felt safe. A deep-seated fear took root in his gut. He had to protect his orchard. He had to catch whoever was doing this. Night fell over the orchard. The moon, a silver sliver in the sky, cast long, eerie shadows among the trees. Gone was the tranquil beauty of the day. In its place was an unsettling stillness, broken only by the distant cry of an owl. John moved through the darkness like a phantom. His face was grim, his eyes hardened with determination. He wasn't a young man anymore, but he was strong. He would protect what was his. He worked tirelessly, his hands moving with practiced ease as he set his traps. He knew these woods better than anyone. Every rustle of leaves, every snapping twig was a message whispered on the wind. He would be ready. Ethan whistled a cheerful tune as he stocked shelves at the local store. He was a newcomer to the small town. His boyish charm and easy smile had quickly won over the locals. He was a welcome distraction from the quiet rhythm of their lives. John watched him from the doorway, his eyes narrowed. There was something about Ethan that didn't sit right, a darkness that lurked beneath the surface, a secret hidden behind his bright eyes. He had seen Ethan around town, always lurking on the outskirts of the orchard, always watching, waiting. John couldn't shake the feeling that he was somehow connected to the thefts. Ethan noticed John's gaze and flashed him a disarming grin. John simply nodded, his suspicions growing with each passing moment. He would learn the truth, no matter the cost.